But one of the things that I really want to be talking about here is, as you move into this whole, manipulation story of everybody talking about AI and what it's changing in the world, this is fascinating. So I'd just like to get your opinion. Do you believe that we've reached this singularity? Define it, because we've only got about 5 minutes. It's a complicated series of questions that I'll ask, but we can carry it on into the next hour. Have we reached singularity? Define it, and then explain to me and the audience exactly what we're talking about here, because then computers seem to be what? Much more capable than the human mind? That's bizarre.
I don't think we've reached it yet. But and how I would define singularity, and believe me, I've read 18 different definitions of singularity, and it changes over the years. It used to be when a single machine was smarter than all humans combined, right? We're certainly not there yet. Some people think it's a machine that is independent, recursive self-improvement. In other words, it's at a stage where it's improving itself. We're now kind of calling the term that's now more used is artificial general intelligence. A machine as smart as the smartest human on the planet and can integrate all these things, solve problems, update its own software, and integrate these materials into its problem-solving techniques. And they're working on those algorithms. I think that we're actually really close, if not there, in the laboratory, probably a government laboratory or one of the major laboratories like Google or Anthropic. We already know that the current commercial version of Claude, not the lab versions, but the commercial version, is 80% written and tested by Claude. And so we're getting very close to that phenomenon of the machine basically replicating itself. And I deal with the self-replication and all these issues come up in my thrillers because I'm trying to basically create narratives around these things to help illustrate them for people.
Interesting. Going back to some statistics here, I don't want to reveal the sources, but people can check this out because there's various different polls that have been taking place. 65% of people that were polled opposed data centers in their communities, and one group leading the charge is a group called Humans First Group. So just to get the temperament and temperature of the people out there, we described it here with other guests here in Arizona, in one of the cities located here. We found out that citizen activists got into the various meetings of the town councils, and sadly, a lot of them were never given the opportunity, Guy, to speak, because they had to endure 2 or 3 hours of the meeting before the public could even say anything. But yet, in spite of all that, they again has succeeded in slowing down some of these data centers. You give us from our prime location, broadcasting proudly from the center of the universe, as we call it, New York City. Tell us again, we got about a minute and a half. The state of New York has done what? A ban, a temporary moratorium on what? Data centers? Describe that in detail.
They want to ban data centers in New York, state of New York, and I think it's a wise move. They are incredibly powerful drainers. They can pull anywhere from 50 to 100 megawatts per year. That's enough for a small city. They can pull 5 million gallons per day. That's, again, to support 20,000 households. And they can be completely, they can generate a lot of CO2 in the atmosphere in the process. Now, there's also noise pollution, road traffic. There's a number of things that they affect the community. So what's happening is they're coming in and saying, hey, we're going to bring jobs and we're going to pay property taxes. So the question I'm asking is, okay, add up those jobs, add up those property taxes, and now go and figure out how much money you're going to have to spend upgrading your grid, your water supply systems, if you can, in a place like Arizona where the aquifers are already mostly depleted. That can mean death for a community in less than 10 years.
You say it well, Guy Morris.
These are really big decisions that you have to face.